Today's video is sponsored by D Lawless Hardware. More on them in a minute. You guys, I cannot wait to share with you what they have given to this project. I am really super proud to be partnered with them. More on that in a minute. So what we're looking at here is the before. So the left side was the kitchen before, the size of it, and then we made an addition. And if you saw last week's episode or last time's episode, I took the doors off. I was going to strip them, sanded them back, and I was like, oh no, this is never going to work. So we demoed the kitchen, tore all the old cabinets out, and I made new cabinets. Okay, you guys. Yeah, I got my phone. It's been a few days, but, well, more than a few days. This project got pushed to the side just for a couple of client pieces. Currently, as they are called frameless kitchen cabinet bases. What I'm going to do now is build, I want them to have a face frame. Now I'm going to pocket hole that, and I'm only going to pocket hole the horizontal ones. Okay, you missed a lot. I'm so sorry. Yesterday, right, when I was doing that face frame, my camera died. I caught as much as I could and then I just had to continue on. Basically, it's the same process, right? That you just cut it, pocket hole it, screw it together, and then I attached it to the front with pocket hole screws, the front, and I also glued and nailed it, so that's not coming off for anyone, you know, whatever. So what I'll do is continue on. I'm going to make the drawers, I'm going to make the fake drawer at the top there, and the doors for here. Hang on. If you're sitting there wondering what on earth is she doing, okay, I am taking the measurement of the opening and adding, because I want a 1/2 inch overlay on each side of the face frame. I'm adding 1 inch, so therefore I'm adding 1 inch to that measurement. So the width of the... Okay, we're fading out here. I am just going to come in and explain to you. What I'm doing is making the frame of the doors, okay, as well as the drawers. And so I cut all of those out, I've pocket holed them, and I am clamping them together so the joint doesn't move when I screw them in. It's all lined up. Nice and smooth. So, there we go. Nice, smooth, tight joint. I'm going to finish screwing all of those in. I think I've cut everything to the right measurement. I was worried, you guys. But maybe I should still be worried. I haven't put it on yet. It could be way out. It wasn't way out. It was... Math is not my strong suit. Good. And so I finished screwing all of those in. Ta-da! I have a door frame. Okay, now I gotta do the middle. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna assemble the other door. Okay, I've clamped them on there, but that's what that's gonna look like. You guys, this is so cool. This is fun. Yeah, okay. Sorry, just taking a moment to take it all in. Okay, moving on. I am now routing out the inside where I can drop a 1/4 inch piece of ply in there to be the face of the doors. Very cool. Okay, so in theory, and I say theory because I don't know, I'm not a professional. I need, so 11.5 by 18.25. all I did there was just cut the ends at a 45. And now I can glue and staple those in. And a 5/8 nail is going to be more than enough to drive through this 1/4 inch into the wood without it coming out the other side. You guys, I have never routed before. This was my first time routing, and there are some let's say pieces of footage that have been left on the cutting floor because I made mistakes, but everything is a learning experience. I already did this door and hung it, and here you go. Okay, you guys, like I said in the intro, today's video is sponsored by D Lawless Hardware. I have partnered with them before when I did my makeover for the desk into industrial nightstands. I reached out to them once again when I was doing the renovation for the Salvation Army and doing the kitchen cabinets, and asked if they would partner with me again, and they said yes. Absolutely no hesitation. They were like, it's for the Salvation Army, absolutely, count me in. And D Lawless have come through, you guys. They have come through. They have sent me all the door hardware, the internal workings, the hinges for the hardware, the hinges for the cabinet doors. They have also sent me these absolutely gorgeous pulls. This will be for the doors in the big closet doors, and these are going to be the pulls for the cabinets and the kitchen island that I did. Thank you so much, D Lawless, for partnering with me and joining in and helping out the Salvation Army. I enjoy doing this, and I know I could build them something a bit better quality than they can buy off the shelf at Lowe's. Sure, we could have gone to Lowe's and bought cabinet bases. You guys know how I feel about particle board. Well, those cabinets at Lowe's, the base models are made out of particle board, and I really wanted to give them something that was really good quality, and so I've watched a lot of videos, have wanted to do it for a really long time, made that kitchen island, and felt like the natural next progression was to make kitchen cabinets. I mean, sure, why not? I have a big cat. Okay, my math is not my strong suit. Kitchen cabinetry is not going to become my full-time job anytime soon. But all is not lost, okay? It's almost like God knew I was going to stuff up. He's like, don't worry, Sarah, I got you back. Thank Lord. Here we go. So I have this piece of wood that I did not cut down, and it fits exactly. Exactly. And there. Bob's your uncle. This is so fun. It's so fun. It's crazy. Here it is. I put a spacer, just a piece of, no, what is that? What is that? Is that 3/4? Yes, it is. Not a lot of glue. Don't need squeeze out. I just need it. And that side is done. Now I just get to do the drawers. This. Gonna slide it on. Alright, so I have put the slides in, and now I'm going ahead and cutting out the drawer box. So I'm making 4 cuts here. I am doing 2 sides and front and back, where I pocket hole the front and the back to the sides. The pocket holes will be covered up I learned this from the kitchen island where I did it the wrong way. I put pocket holes in the side panels and you could see the pocket holes. So I learnt my lesson, and I'm doing the pocket holes in the front and the back. The front will be covered up by the drawer front, and the back, of course, is in the back, and nobody will see that. So there are a couple of different ways, okay, that you can attach the bottom to a drawer. You could route out a small groove inside of the box where you will slide the bottom into it. And this is a drawer box. Yay! Or you can glue and nail the bottom to the drawer, which is what I'm choosing to do. These drawers, while they are big, aren't going to house really heavy things, so I'm fairly confident right there that everything will be okay. It's going to hold up okay. And then of course I'll just screw the sides to the box. Okay, I hope this works. It's so hot my brain's not working. What am I saying? Oh, the 3M tape. Okay, so I'm going to link it below in the description along with everything else that I used in this video. Dad says to make my life easier, just to put some 3M strips, just enough to stick my drawer. And I only need it to hold temporarily because I'm going to then screw it in from the back. So it's not a permanent hold. But he said that this would make my life so much easier when it comes to getting the doors on, and I trust him. I believe him. Ooh, I was talking to you this whole time and it wasn't recording. That's fine. I was just sharing my annoyance with not being able to get the bloody red tape off the front of the... Nope, I got distracted. I don't even know what I was going to say there. I mean, pretty good. Stickage. But let's be real, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know I start sentences, I get distracted by the task that I'm doing, and I forget to finish my sentence. See how long it is? It's got to go through 3/4 ply, and you would just see how it's sticking out slightly on this side. I know it's going to go in to the wood about that much. And I don't want it to come through the other side. That would make me cry. I'm using this bit on the drill to do a little countersink, just so the screw sits in the hole. Beautiful. And what is also going to hold the front drawer on, right, is when I put the handle on. So I'm using my handy dandy Craig Pool Jeep. Forgot what it was called for a second. 8 1/4. Lovely. Let's do it. Always like to check and double check and check again because it's nothing worse than drilling a hole and realizing it somehow got off center. Okay, I don't even know. Can you see this? Can you see? I don't know. Can you see me glistening? So hot, you guys. It's 31 degrees and it's 8 o'clock at night. The weatherman said there's supposed to be a storm coming. I hope he's right, because if it gets here before I'm done, I'm going out and dancing in the rain. Well, I'm going to go stand in the rain. No dancing. Just standing. Sorry, you don't want to look at sweaty, gross me. Right, putting glue on this guy. Look at that. Can you see that? No wind yet though. I mean, no wind. No rain yet though. Okay. I did say yesterday that when it rained I was going to go run out and dance in the rain, but when the storm finally arrived, it arrived with 60-mile-per-hour winds. Australians, that's over like 100 kilometers, I think, somewhere around there. I don't know, I'm not good at conversions. Hail, lightning, thunder. And yesterday I was trying to finish this off and I heard a massive crack and two like bang bang. It sounded like a gunshot. What happened was a neighbor on the street off of us, the tree fell down in their yard onto a telephone line and it ripped the attachment to the house off of the side of the house with the house with it. And so the storm caused quite a lot of damage, and when I heard that, when I heard the pop pop, I have never moved so quickly in my entire life. I ran inside and yeah, I was done for the day. So there was no dancing in the rain. No. It was no beautiful rain, dancing in the rain moment. It was frightening and yeah, getting into shelter quickly kind of moment. Anyway, all right. Now what I want to do, that I've rabbited that out, is I could, but I've learned that I shouldn't just trust my math skills. So, product of New Zealand. So one of my subscribers, Mama, she'll know who she is. Hello. Made me think of you when I saw this wood. All right. Next, cutting out the insert that goes in that lining up the door. Okay, so as you can see in this video, I am just rinsing and repeat. That's what I'm doing, rinse and repeat. I am making the cabinets, I am making the frames and the door frames and the drawers, drawer boxes, and just putting it all together. And I did that for the sink cabinet as well as the coffee cabinet and the one that went to the left of the fridge. I learned so much from doing these cabinets, and like I said a million times in the video already, it was so much fun to get to do this, to build cabinets and do it for the Salvation Army and partner again with D Lawless Hardware. Thank you so much, you guys. And here they are in their glory, unpainted. I will be painting it because that is the brief from the client, and you'll get to see that in the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I certainly enjoyed making it for you, and I hope I get to see you on the next one. Bye, you guys. Love ya.